already put a rise.
Oh, I gotta do it now. It just did though. But I thought we gotta do it that way. So what you saying? I did it wrong?
No, you see the live is still on the side. Live side is on the side.
So is that right? So which way how I do it then?
Why is your screen not turned?
That's what I'm saying. It ain't turning. Rotate your device. You can't turn your phone while live.
That's why.
That's goofy, man. Man, we gonna be skinny as hell on that. Let me see. As long as they can get both of us in there.
Alright, listen.
Damn, now if I lean back, I'm gonna fall off the screen. I guess that's good enough. It's getting too much of you, man. You ain't cute. Dang. Finally. Shalom, shalom, Hebrews and Shebrews.
Shalom, shalom.
Throwing one in the chat if y'all can hear y'all brothers. What up, Heart? What's up with you, sus? How life treating you? But your phone about to die. Be right back. But you, come on, man. You jumping on? Come on, you know we rarely go live. Now I want to let you. Well, first of all, I'd like to give our honor and praise to the Elohim and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in the name of His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, our Mashiach. It's your brothers. You know me. Some of y'all know me, brother MIKHA'EL ben Israel. And of course, my brother Chazaq ben Yehuda. We here representing the walls of Jericho Biblical and Historical Studies. I hope everybody's in good spirits. I hope everybody's also in good health. Yeah, we got a couple of we were just having a conversation, so just to let y'all know, this is like our first time testing this out, but the goal is to do at least once or twice a week. We're going to do this called Conversations with the Walls of Jericho, and we're going to talk about different topics. We're going to do it in the Walls of Jericho group. So if you're not part of the Walls of Jericho group, then you won't be able to see it when we go live until you watch it on YouTube. And we will be posting all those Walls of Jericho conversations on the Walls of Jericho YouTube channels. You know, I got the Walls of Jericho YouTube channel. You can type that in. Y'all need to go to it and please subscribe, because I think I only got like 40-something subs on there. And Brother Chazaq got Cassius Israel Walls of Jericho, right?
Right.
Yeah, Cassius Chazaq, that's the same person. He got Cassius Walls of Jericho. I think he got a little more subs than me. But we downloading our lessons, all our lessons on the Walls of Jericho channel. So when y'all get a chance, do we spell Walls of Jericho with a Z on YouTube? Mm-hmm. The one on YouTube? So when we type in Walls with a Z at the end, not an S, on YouTube, and the Walls of Jericho shall pop up. Now I want you to subscribe to both Walls of Jericho channels. Now I know most of y'all already subscribe to my Hebrews in the Hood channel. Of course, that is our media outlet channel. So the difference is when some people ask, Walls of Jericho is literally our ministry. You know what I'm saying? That's our strictly teaching. You know what I'm saying? But the Hebrews in the Hood is our media. So it may be a lesson, it may be a debate, it may be us just critiquing something, it may be Brother Chazaq's and Brews in the Hood music, because y'all know we got a whole music line coming out too. So I want y'all to stay updated on that. Woo, if y'all thought y'all liked that Brews in the Hood song and Chief Priest and all that, boy, we got some, man, we got some thumpers, Joe. We finna take truth music to a whole nother level. So, yeah, so that's what Hebrews in the Hood channel was for. Y'all go there and subscribe too if you haven't already. But, yeah, so let me say this one thing before we start talking. And because we get a lot of requests, because people want to come to our Bible studies when we have them, or and sometimes it's just not possible for people to do it at times. And so we basically came to the decision that we're gonna start not only Q&Aing, because I thought about this yesterday when I was talking to one of the brothers in the W.O.J Jericho group. A subject had came up, a subject that always comes up. And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and deal with it on the Q&A tomorrow. But then as me and bro got to talking today, it was so many subjects coming up, like as far as the folly going on with the politics. And I see some of Israel just, I don't know if they, I don't know, but I know politics can be real sensitive to people. That's why I really don't deal with them in the public like that. Because, like, boy, you talk about the wrong party with some people, they act like you just slapped their mama. And I don't understand that at all. But, like, you know, I don't know if people, but I'm not the type to knock somebody on their politics. I just kind of look at them. You know what I'm saying? Because my mindset is we are the captives here. We are the exiles from our constitution and from our kingdom and from our country. We in these folks' kingdom. We ain't in our kingdom. You know, I won't push on somebody that they shouldn't vote. Just as well as I don't think people should push on people that they should vote. But don't get to talk of politics with me, because I'm going to tell you flat out. I ain't going to tell you what you should do, but I'm going to tell you what I don't do and why I don't. You see what I'm saying? I've heard the argument on both sides where you can't complain if you ain't vote. Look, that's a whole nother conversation that people do not want to get into, because your feelings will be hurt. But all I will tell you, if you vote, more power to you. Just know the repercussions for it if you do it, both good and bad. And not to mention, that's if you even believe that that stuff count, which is a whole nother argument in itself. But now when it come to aldermen, local politics and all that type of stuff, they really ain't that corrupted at that level yet. So I can see why you would get involved with your neighborhood politics, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. We was doing that in all our captivities. You couldn't avoid it. You know what I'm saying? But when you placing foreign kings over you, or attempting to place a foreign king over you, and think that he gonna be your savior, which is the conversation that made us go live today. Because leave it up to Israel to just come up with new retarded doctrines every other week, man. It's like every new moon, it's a retarded doctrine sprouting out. So now I know some of y'all done heard the rumor that Donald Trump is the Messiah.
I couldn't hold it in.
Man, my brother Danya Ali, give a shout out to him, Danya Ali from LOI Lines of Israel. Shalom to you, Ak, if you watching. I happen to be watching some of his live stream today on Maccabees TV. Shout out to our sister channel over there, their sister channel, the Hebrews in the Hood. So I was checking out Maccabees TV, and I couldn't watch it all because I had some business remodeling going on in my house today. So I just sent it to my brothers. You know, we all in the chat together, all the W.O.J Jericho brothers, right? Shout out to all the W.O.J Jericho brothers, right? And so he was watching it. So when he came over my crib, he was like, man, was you watching that live that you put in there? I said, I could only see some of it, but I saw the gist of the conversation. But when he told me what they was talking about overall, Joe, I damn near passed out. Now, I've heard some crazy doctrines in my life. I mean, I've heard them all, y'all. That's why y'all be laughing. I know I'm funny sometimes, but I be dead serious. Joe, I've heard the most spiritually retarded doctrines. Gotta be in the history of captivity. You remember the brother that had the doctrine about it was a sin to spill seed in your wife? It was a brother out, and I think he's still out there. He actually got a wilderness camp. I ain't never seen them in no building. They always out in the woods like Nature Boy now.
Oh, except when the angels were dating.
Oh yeah. Wait, right.
It's a sin to God.
But listen to this. But this brother, hey, Shalom, Bo, what up with you? Aaron, my man's Walls of Jericho in the building. What up, Brian?
Man.
And so it was shout out, love the IOG too, Brian. What up with you? So look, right, it's a Jake out here, they got a doctrine. Now this one I knew Israel was just going full-blown retarded. This Jake got a doctrine that it's a sin to spill seed in your wife. Y'all heard me right.
We gotta add the other part.
Hold up. Let me say it clearer for them that don't understand biblical talk. This Jake out here teaching it's a sin to have an orgasm in your wife. So it's a sin to put sperm in your wife unless the angels ordain it.
Something God said was a sin.
Right.
But the angels can ordain it.
But the angels can overrule what God said. If that ain't, y'all would think that I'm making this up. Yeah, Jessica, I could not make this up. See, I think, look, Hart remember him. She said she remember.
Man.
And then I remember the one day I said, man, look, I'm not even finna entertain that folly. But one day, y'all know me, I was bored. And I seen he was live. I said, man, I'm finna go on this dude live stream. This video got famous too. And I don't know what brothers he was on there going back and forth with. I don't know if it was Sakari or somebody. But the brother was on there and he was talking about how it's a sin to, bust a move in your wife, right? Mm-hmm. And as he was talking, his little daughter came and sat on his lap. And everybody was like, hold on, who is that? He was like, oh, get out of here, get out of here. We like, hold on, Joe, was that your kid? And he was like, yeah, but it won't happen again. I repented. I said, oh,
unless the angels...
Oh, yeah, unless the angels ordain it, then he'll have another child. I'm like, man, that's a matter. So he tells me today that now people out here saying that Donald Trump is the Messiah. Yeah, I want y'all to hear that again. I had to freeze up. Donald Trump is our Messiah. This was some Israelites running around here saying. Donald Trump. Like they trying to do the whole Cyrus thing or something, I guess. But he got something he gonna bring up for that. But I just wanted to say, if that ain't retarded enough, it is one thing I want to deal with. And like I say, I want to make this clear. Being that in the future, we will be doing these conversations once I figure out how to do it in the group. So if you're not in the group, you're not going to see it till it go on YouTube. For all the members of the Walls of Jericho group, I would like to let y'all know it's certain things that we will not be doing, that we've never done. We are very open, reasonable, ministry. So you can come in there and have somewhat a different understanding as far as the scriptures are concerned in us. And we can talk and things of that nature and, come to an agreement. Or you could do just what I do. I subscribe to all kind of camps that I don't believe nothing that they teach or nothing that they be saying almost. But I check them out because you never know when somebody might drop a jewel. I don't claim to know everything. And I don't think nobody should. You should stay weary of them type of people. So if you one of them and you come in the Wall of Jericho, you ain't in there, trying to force something on some people or on us. You know what I'm saying? You're not in there disrespecting our Messiah or anything like that. You cool to stay there. But what we won't be doing is coming in there and you trying to push certain doctrines and you ain't airtight in that book. Because when it come down to us, when you dealing with the book, we going to deal with the book. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make that clear for anybody that come in the Walls of Jericho for future reference. So before he talk about this politics thing, I did want to say something. I brought this out some years back, and I seen some other brothers from other classes. I'm not going to say they got it from me. You know, I probably could. I'm not going to say that. You know, because some brothers got that outrageous. They act like everything came from them. Like, Negro, you ain't the only one God and showed something to. But a lot of y'all familiar with this. But just in case you ain't, you know, I want to bring something up real quick because, and like I say, we've dealt with this. Oops, wrong way. We've dealt with this before, but it's just because it's getting a little bit outrageous with the I hate to say it, the internet, the cyberites. It's a lot of the cyberites that be kicking up dust. You know, them the Israelites that's like I have no, you know, I ain't got no gripe with somebody being a you know, somewhat of a loner because they don't trust camps and stuff like that. I can understand that because there's some bad camps and congregations out there. But when I'm talking about cyberites, I'm talking about straight anti-camp. Let them tell it. But you know they be on YouTube watching camps all day. And they seem to just make up the craziest doctrines. So one of the oldest ones that I've been hearing since I've been in Israel, go to Ezra, man. Go to Ezra 7. So one of the oldest myths, and it definitely is a myth. All it takes is for you to look into it. But one of the oldest myths is the 501c3 doctrine. I mean, I see it all the time. I don't even respond to it, you know, because it don't really bother me, because I don't even have my 501c3 yet, but I will be getting one. Or I can get the other one, because it's more than just 501c3, right? You know, they got these doctrines out there. You gotta use the name Jesus. That's why some Israelites use the name Jesus, because of 501c3. Like, dude,
Dang.
do you know some of the most radical camps that don't say Jesus got 501c3s? Then they say, well, another one is you can't speak against the government if you got a 501c3. Like, damn it, most of the One West camps talking about not only is it gonna burn, which is biblically true, not only is it gonna burn, but they gonna throw them in slavery and everything else. And they got 501c3s. Not all of them, but some of them. So it's a bunch of myths out there that literally, it's a tax exempt thing. And I'm not promoting it, telling y'all to go get one. Some people just feel that that's more of a liability to have a 501c3. So I can understand it because I've seen the argument on that side. Like, I do know some camps that have grew without having a 501c3. So I want to be fair and show both sides there, because I ain't trying to be arguing with nobody in the 501c3 the devil. You know, Israel gets so outraged. I don't block people, but I would definitely give you a timeout. So go to Ezra chapter 7. And I want to show y'all where the 501c3 come from. So can't nobody say this to y'all no more, because then they going against the scriptures. We had a 501c3 when we was in the Persian captivity. 501c3s did not start with America. This is what kills me. People swear up and down that they believe in these scriptures until it's time to show that you believe in these scriptures. Right. It's the craziest thing. They would rather go off their feelings, emotions, and zealousy of their doctrine, right, than what the book say. So I'm going to take you just to one instance, and it's Acts 23. This is when we was in the Persian captivity, right? You know, we had the Babylonian of course Egypt, but then we had the Babylonian captivity, right? We had the Medo-Persian captivity, we had the Greek captivity, and the Roman captivity, right? Which we still connected to that last beast, the Roman captivity. Now watch this. Pick it up at verse 23. Hey, sisters, brothers, if y'all listening, write this down, mark it, so people can stop saying silly 501c3s, or they literally don't believe in the Bible. Go ahead.
This is Ezra 7 and verse 23. Whatsoever is commanded by the God of heaven, let it be diligently done for the house of the God of heaven. For why should there be wrath against the realm of the king and his son?
You see that? So they letting you know, they like, look, man, we don't want the wrath of the God of heaven. Talk about the God of these Hebrews, these Israelites. So look, we don't want no trouble. We don't want no trouble on our king. We don't want no trouble on our kingdom or none of that. So this is what I want y'all to do concerning them wanting to deal with their holy place, temple, all this type of stuff. Go ahead, read verse 24.
Also, we certify you that touching any of the priests and Levites, singers, porters, Nethinims, or ministers of this house of God, it shall not be lawful to impose toll.
To be what? Wait. It would not be lawful to what?
To impose toll.
To impose toll?
Tribute or custom upon them.
So hold on. Y'all just read that right. Dealing with the ministers and of course it's the Levites. So dealing with the people that's doing the ministry and the sanctuaries, meaning the church. If you want to say today, the churches that we had, the house of God, it say they ain't supposed to be coming in there putting their hands on none of y'all, and they are not supposed to put toll or tribute on you. Do you know what that is, y'all? That's tax exempt. That's what that is. You see what I'm saying? But people don't look in the book like that, so you know, that's the thing. So let me see one more thing. You might as well read verse 25 just to show you a lot of this stuff ain't nothing new. The book told us that there's nothing new under the sun, and you know, things that was back then to be again, but people don't really believe it. They just quote it. But read verse 25.
And thou, Ezra, after the wisdom of thy God that is in thine hand, set magistrates and judges, which may judge all the people that are beyond the river, all such as know the laws of thy God, and teach ye them that know them not.
Nothing new. Read verse 26 just to top it off.
Verse 26, and whosoever will not do the law of thy God and the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily upon him, whether it be unto death, or to banishment, or to the confiscation of goods, or to imprisonment.
So they were serious about honoring these things that the king, the decrees that the king put out, and as it relates to the laws of our God. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you can trust America like that. We definitely ain't saying that. Just like I don't want to see nobody running around here, you know, y'all, I don't even really want to go there. But dealing with them shots, let's just call it like that. If you trust them, you got to be crazy. I like seriously, you got to be crazy if you trust these people to give you a shot. But I was just showing y'all that a 501c3 type law did not just come around in the United States of America in captivity. It did. It started all the way back down in Persia. I'm pretty sure Babylon has some version of it itself, because I did read something in there. So people running up to you with that, dude, it's nothing new. Just want to throw that out there. So, bro, it was something I know you want to touch on with this politics thing. So before you get deep into it, do something for me. Go to Isaiah chapter 32. Because you're going to deal with the politics thing, right? Okay, cool. Well, it's perfect. Yeah, because, so like I say again, man, so I wake up today, man, I'm looking at the little inauguration. And we had some, I don't know if y'all heard the new little crazy conspiracy. And of course, I don't know. I don't know what these people be doing in closed doors. But the new conspiracy is that, how I go, Donald Trump, actually, they trying to say, I don't know if y'all heard this, that Biden actually ain't the president. And the inauguration that we seen today was pre-recorded. This is what they trying to say now. This is the conspiracy floating around amongst Israelites too at that. That the inauguration that we seen live today was actually pre-recorded, and that Donald Trump, the real inauguration is on March 4th, and Donald Trump gonna be sworn in. Joe, trust me, I wouldn't surprise nothing would surprise me what these people do. But I'm just shocked at just how quick we is to run with every little thing that we hear. We don't know. It could be true. But I know my eyes sync with it sync today, but then again, they do play tricks on TV. But with that in mind, this is what I want to say before I let bro go ahead and touch on the subject that he wants to further about these politics. Go to Isaiah 32. You went there already? So I get on Facebook, y'all, right? And I've been looking. It's a couple of people I follow especially in the truth when they talking about politics. And it'd be more so just to see their point of views. And for the most part, I see some brothers and sisters that be making some really good point of views, right? I don't have to always agree with them, but it's sensible. And then you got some brothers and sisters that are really zealous about these Republicans and Democrats. I mean, to the point where you would think they preaching the gospel. And I'm like, damn, y'all really that pumped up about who be in office, as if we not choosing the lesser of two evils anytime anyway. Like, we ain't have either party ever actually literally been here for the embetterment of our people, especially if you believe in the scriptures. The scriptures told you we going to be the tail and not the head. So they're going to do everything in their power to keep us there. So it's almost as if, and a brother brought this up in the private chat earlier. Like I say, I try not to be too, I don't be trying to hurt people's feelings and stuff. So I kind of stay out. I'm learning to stay out of certain stuff unless I'm asked. Don't ask me if you don't want to know. But a brother made a good point today. He in the chat, and I ain't going to say his name, but it struck a chord. He said it's almost as if some of these Israelites are serving two masters. Because on one hand, you quoting these scriptures as if you truly believe in them. But then on the next hand, you really is ride or die for these political figures. Sure. Like, do you know the word politic in itself means to compromise? Ain't no compromising with the word of God, man. It's in absolutes. That right there is problematic through the door, y'all. You feel me? I think this is time for us to gird up, because the world looking crazy right now. Everything is getting extreme. Wickedness is at an all-time high. I don't think Biden is any less evil than Trump. Both of them was evil. I will say, so I don't think I'd rather have one or the other, like brothers be saying, but I will say, at least with Trump, you could see what he was doing, because he really didn't care. Democrats, unfortunately, they always, they got that what you call, what's the word? Not cohesive, covert racism. Covert racism is way more dangerous than straight out racism. But again, I don't want nobody to think that I'm swaying left or right, because if you ask me, both of them wicked, all of them wicked. They don't care, none of them care about us. And it was crazy. Joe Biden had so many black people on coming up on stage today, I almost thought I was watching Soul Train. Like, this cat, the first two people he put out there was Jakes. I'm like, man, if y'all don't see he overdoing it, man, like, come on, man. These the same people you call roaches, and now all of a sudden just everybody black. I mean, the cabinet black. Joe, everybody with him black. Like, he was the only white dude up there. And I say, Negroes gonna eat this up, man. Joe. They eating it up, bro. And then, so I'm looking at basically people in the truth damn near arguing with each other over politicians that neither one of them give a damn about you. Do y'all know how foolish that make us look? I'm talking about not according to MIKHA'EL eyes, not according to Brother Chazaq eyes, according to the Most High. I know we look foolish as hell. I ain't gonna even get into the whole don't put a foreign king over us and all that type of stuff. We in this position. The Most High gonna put whoever he put up there anyway. So I want you to pick it up. I want you to read verse 1. Verse 1.
Isaiah 32:1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of the water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Where did you start? Okay, so you just stopped at verse 2. So the first thing it kick off with is say, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. That's self-explanatory, right? So we want to see what's gonna happen in this day, right? Because like I said earlier, like I just showed y'all a version of a 501c3 in Persia, I'm gonna also show you something else that's common that we like to talk about today. Skip to verse 3,
Verse 3. And the eyes of them that see shall not be dim, and the ears of them that hear shall hearken. The heart also of the rash shall understand knowledge, and the tongue of the stammerers shall be ready to speak plainly.
So y'all hear this? So in these days, you know, people, you ain't gonna be hearing stuff but not paying it no attention. And if you know something to know the truth, this truth is gonna be spoken. So meaning everything is about to be plain and clear to us. Ain't gonna be no more of this cold talking and this person ain't really this person say they that, this person represents that, but are they really telling the truth? Keep reading.
Verse 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
Well, he won't, wait. Say that again.
The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
Keep going.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful.
So, did y'all just hear that? The vile person shall no more be called liberal. We got the liberals right. Y'all fighting over liberals and conservatives, Republicans and Democrats. But it's telling you right here, a lot of the people that call themselves liberal are really vile. They're vile. They're hiding behind the term liberal. Liberal is a good word, but they're really vile. He's saying in this day, basically the liberal person really gonna be liberal. They're not gonna be saying they liberal, but they really vile. And then they tell you about a churl person, a curl person. That's really a disrespectful, rude type, like they really just look down on people type of person, right? So I want you to keep reading.
For the vile person will speak violently, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
So as you see, the vile person will speak villainy. So y'all know what that means? Somebody that you see that's wicked is going straight up, they going to be wicked. They ain't going to be trying to hide it behind no fake stuff no more. You see what I'm saying? So this is letting you know that where we living at right now, y'all, what you see is not what you getting. So rather people that say they from the right, say they looking out for you, they really have an evil agenda. This is what these scriptures are telling us. And the people that say they from the left, they like to call themselves liberals, are really vile people who want to see you destroyed. Now, if you don't believe in the book, that's on you. Because sometimes we got to lean back a little bit and do a self-check and say, man, am I really getting myself a little too caught up in this? And I don't want nobody to watch this and feel convicted for voting. That's nowhere near what I'm saying. Vote, bro. Vote, sis. That's cool. I'm saying stop jumping off the porch to the point where you want to fight brothers and sisters, or you feel like somebody just walked in the room and slapped your newborn baby, you know what I'm saying, because they don't agree with your politics. When in the end of the day, the Lord say they all lying anyway, they bogus. That's literally what it's telling you. What verse you stop at?
At verse 7.
Keep going.
The instruments also the churl are evil. He devised wicked devices to destroy the people who with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Do you hear that? These politicians, man. You know what I'm saying? And these people in these powerful positions with this money and all these you know, the people that's into these positions and stuff of power in this kingdom. It's telling you, Joe, they come off with you with these smooth line words and stuff, but their whole goal is to destroy you. To destroy you, man. It say the instruments also of curl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor and lying words even when the needy speak it right. Who are the poor? That's us. Think about it. We are the so-called minorities, right? We are in the ghettos. We are in the poor. It's telling you all these political top figures. Now, that don't mean it ain't no exceptions to the rule. They saying stuff in your face, but they behind the curtains, they coming up with devices or plans to destroy you and oppress you. I'm not saying it's this the book. Now, maybe everybody else ain't looked into it this deep, but this book deep. It talk about stuff. It's not just a history book. It's also a present and a prophetic future book. You know what I'm saying? Eschatology, as they like to call it. You know what I mean? It deals with eschatology all the way back down to history. So read that next verse to end it off.
Verse 8, but the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand.
And there you go. So, in the future, when the Lord comes, yeah, I know some of y'all need to write that verse down. I know that last one was cold, wasn't it? The real liberals is going to really be liberals. And by their liberty, they going to stand. So they ain't going to be out here talking about I'm a liberal. You know what I'm saying? But really, they doing some of the evilest stuff. And they doing some of the most oppressive stuff behind that party and that name. And then on the other end, you got the people that call themselves, you got the neocons, that they literally let you know how outrageous they are. But you got, the conservatives. Joe, conservative has always been a good thing, especially when it comes to like morality and stuff like that. But if you look at it, them some of the greediest, evilest cats. All they care about is power. But in reality, I'm going to be honest with you, both parties is in bed together. Come on, man. You would get to the point where your average people actually think it's only two political parties. They don't talk about the greenhouse, the independents. They don't talk about none of them. You know why? Because none of them stand a chance. I remember when I used to try to pay so much attention, and I'm finna let you go, to the politics. I can't remember this dude name. Y'all might know who I'm talking about. But he was a Gentile, little old Gentile. He was a billionaire, which most of them are, or multi-millionaires. And he used to run every election under independent. If somebody could think about who I'm talking about, y'all put it in the chat. But to be honest with you, when I would listen to him, he made the most sense. Like literally, I know y'all know who I'm talking about. If somebody put his name in there, it's an old white dude, he a billionaire. But it's like nobody took him serious, and I didn't get it until I started seeing how the political parties are set up. He was actually not Ross Perot. Ross Perot was one of them too. You know what? Ross Perot was the other one. Ross Perot was the other one. Ross Perot was the other. Yeah, he had the little ears that stick out like this, right? Yeah, he had the little Mac and me ears. That was Ross Perot. And I used to listen to some of the stuff he used to say, and I used to be like, dang, he seemed like he make more sense than both parties. But see, actually what he was doing, he was a hindrance. Because the little bit of votes that he did get took away from the party that they expected to win. Mm-hmm. So he had the money to keep doing that because he didn't need no lobbyists. Right. Think about it. If you're worth $15, $20 billion, you don't need nobody to pay for your campaign.
Right.
You see, we even see that with Trump. He ain't nowhere near got that much money.
Right.
But he rich enough where he can do things like that. Right. You see what I'm saying? So I just really said that, but I'm gonna let our brother go a little further in it because he has some sword that he wants to deal with. What the fuck? Oh, damn, you all right?
So what's crazy is I'm finna land back off my brother.
Damn, you in the same? Oh, excuse me.
Finna land back off my brother.
Right, speak.
So another term, if y'all know, another term for liberal in the modern day sense is cultural Marxism.
Ooh, not Marxism. You went there.
And I go there because this actual political strategy or whatever is totally against what they would deem the Judeo-Christian lifestyle. So by this saying, what this is saying, it's saying that the vile person will speak violently. That's going back to the fact that they had a plan to override...
ability.
Yeah,
the vile person will speak ability.
Right. Thank you.
That's cool.
But the person that's about this, they are against the Christian life, brothers and sisters. That's more conservative, like he said, the good conservative, right? So what we gonna do is,
I got you.
Like he just said, it's nothing wrong if you're going out there and vote. We're not telling people not to go out there and vote.
Not at all.
But to put your faith solely on this king. And remember, I had a lesson that says they have chosen another king. That is what this thing
Bar in the body. Bernie Sanders. So I remember Ross Perot, but Bernie Sanders too. He the new one doing it. But Ross Perot go way back. All right, cool. Go ahead.
So like I was saying, we put other people over our Messiah. Even to the point where we we will claim somebody is the Messiah. Now, my brother said we're not going to even deal with the foreign kings, right? We don't have to go to that. This is talking about dealing with Israelite kings and how we were so adamant of choosing a Israelite king over the real king, brothers and sisters, right?
You going there.
Now let's go to Deuteronomy 14.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna go to the origin of the problem.
I'm gonna go to the origin of the problem.
Good move.
brothers and sisters. Deuteronomy 14.
Well, I hope you don't go here. Don't go to 18. Whole page.
No.
Listen.
No, verse 7. Deuteronomy 17.
Boy, that's right before the page that fell out.
Oh no, we ain't going there. Okay. Deuteronomy 17. You can start at verse 14 whenever you get that.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Go ahead.
No. It's Torah.
No, I only need 14. No, it's not.
Okay, I can see what that say, nation.
Good.
Okay, look, y'all. This is a crying shame.
That's how you know brothers study.
That's crazy, Joe. It looked like a unclean spirit took a bite out my sword. They were sick of it. Okay, so this 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Now we can stop right there. I'm going to set a king over me just like all the other nations. This wasn't even supposed to be in practice, brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that we're so adamant, like I said, nothing wrong with voting. We're so adamant about voting for a foreign king when the plan wasn't even to have an Israelite king up there.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? And this is why that is. Now you can go to Isaiah, the 33rd chapter. We're going to remind people who is the one that's really going to save you. Because it ain't Trump, it ain't Biden, it ain't nobody coming after them, or it wasn't nobody that came before them either. Isaiah 33
22.
and verse 22. Yeah, Isaiah 33 and 22.
For the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord is our king. He will save us.
And if you going out there and you voting, by all means, remember this first. First and foremost. Then anything after that that's within the guidelines of Torah, then, by all means, do what you're going to do. But remember this first, right? Now, it's something that's kind of fishy here, right? They try to, like my brother said, they tried to compare. And why they looking at him as the Messiah? Because you got some Israelites that think Cyrus was the Messiah, right?
Yeah.
So now they trying to say, not only is he's not the Jesus, our real Messiah, they compare him to Cyrus, which is a false Messiah anyway, right? So now let's go to Jeremiah, the 25th chapter. We're going to see something, brothers and sisters, because this is ridiculous, right? So before we get into this, I want to set it up. So what they try to do is they try to compare the fact that Trump recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. What they did is they said 70 years had passed, and then they compared him to Cyrus because he recognized. He didn't allow us to go back to the land and rebuild.
Right.
They're just saying he recognized Jerusalem. Y'all see how much credit they give him for the smallest stuff? They recognize Jerusalem because from 1948 until 2018 is 70 years, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to see how backwards they got it because they've been in the land for 70 years, not in captivity for 70 years, right?
Preach, Hebrew, preach.
Jeremiah 25, and we're going to start at verse 9.
Verse 9.
25 and 9. Let's see what this 70 years is talking about, right? Go ahead.
Jeremiah 25 and 9. Behold, I will send and take all the families of the north, saith the Lord, and Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and will bring them again against this land, and against the inhabitants thereof, and against all these nations round about, and will utterly destroy them, and make them an astonishment and hissing, and perpetual desolation.
Now, once again, brothers and sisters, this is talking about taking Israel into captivity for 70 years. But there's one thing they missed because they only talking about Jerusalem. This was talking about the nations that were round about Jerusalem as well, right? Keep going.
Verse 10, moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstones and the light of the candle.
Keep going.
And this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment.
This whole land shall be a desolation. It was inhabited by the fake Jews.
Right.
It's inhabited for 70 years. It says this will be desolate for that time. Keep going.
Right. And these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years.
Right, keep going.
Verse 12. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it a perpetual desolation.
Verse 13.
And I will bring upon that land all my words which I have pronounced against it, even all that is written in this book, which Jeremiah hath prophesied against all nations.
Verse 14.
For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands.
So when did Trump save any nation from this, brothers and sisters? Right. And that's the craziest thing. When did Trump save these nations from Nebuchadnezzar? You see what I'm saying? Then who was Nebuchadnezzar that they saved them from, right? This is talking about back then, right?
Right.
Now, let's go see what Christ has said. Let's go to John 18 real quick. All this is going to make sense, brothers and sisters, of who you should be focused on, right? Because Trump ain't going to save you. He obviously, like I said, they say, these Israelites say he's going to be re-swore in March 4th. So they trying to make him some type of savior. I don't get that, right? John 18, and we're going to start at verse 33.
John 18 and 33.
Right?
And it reads, Then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again, and called Jesus and said unto him, Art thou the king of the Jews?
Right, so let's see what Jesus' response to this was, brothers and sisters. Skip down to verse 36.
Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence.
So he said, my servants would fight. If this was my kingdom, my servants would fight, right? Ain't nobody fighting for Trump, brothers and sisters, as far as who's going against it with the law, statutes, commandments. Ain't nobody fighting for Trump, brothers and sisters. Not for real, right? But his servants weren't even following him.
Well, they stormed the national... just
right? So let's see now. Let's see the mindset of when we put so much hope in the politics and policies and principalities of these other nations over our own Messiah, brothers and sisters. Whether you vote or not, if you are putting your hope in that over this, then you got the wrong idea, right? Let's go to John the 19th chapter. Let's get right on. John 19, and we're going to start at verse 6.
John 19 and 6.
John 19 and 6.
When the chief priests, therefore, and the officers saw him, they cried out, saying, Crucify him, crucify him. Pilate said unto them, Take ye him and crucify him, for I find no fault in him.
So we find fault in all these other politicians or men in general. We going to find fault in them. Every last one of them. Now, we want to sit here and make the people that are at fault, that have fault the Messiah, but we want to kill the person that ain't got no fault. Right? Keep going.
The Jews answer him, We have a law, and by our law he ought to die.
Now they want to try to go by the law, right? Keep going.
Because he made himself the Son of God. When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he was the more afraid, and went again into the judgment hall, and said unto Jesus, Whence art thou? But Jesus gave him no answer.
Keep going.
Then saith Pilate unto him, Speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee?
So the foreigner was going to release him. Y'all see how this is going on? The foreigner was going to release him, but what we do, right? Skip down to verse 13.
When Pilate therefore heard that saying, he brought Jesus forth and sat down in the judgment seat in a place that is called the Pavement, but in the Hebrew, Gabbatha.
Keep going.
And it was the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour. And he saith unto the Jews, Behold your king.
So he said, Behold your king. So he's realizing, he knows who this is. A foreigner can see who this is, brothers and sisters. But we can't. But we want to make everybody else our king, right? Or a president or a leader, right? Shane, keep going.
Well,
Verse 14.
And it was the preparation of the Passover, there, for the preparation of the Passover, and about the 6th hour, and he said unto the Jews, Behold your king.
Keep going.
But they cried out, Away with him, crucify him. Pilate saith unto them, Shall I crucify your king? The chief priests answered, We have no king but Caesar.
We have no king but Trump. Y'all see how that works?
That sound real familiar.
That sound real familiar. So we've been doing this, brothers and sisters, so don't get caught up with that, right? Let's see. We got a couple more examples left, right? Let's go to Acts, the 17th chapter. Acts 17. And we got one more place after this. Acts, the 17th chapter, and we're going to start at verse 1. Acts 17 and verse 1. Whenever you get there, you can read. Now look, y'all see how familiar this sounds, brothers and sisters? So you cannot get yourself caught in this mentality, because from Moses' time, we were always ready to put another king in that place, right? Not the one that we should be honoring that's going to save us, right? Whatever you ready, go ahead.
Now when they had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where was a synagogue of the Jews. And Paul, as his manner was, went in unto them, and 3 Sabbath days reasoned with them out of the scriptures, opening and alleging that Christ must needs have suffered, and risen again from the dead. Right. And that this Jesus whom I preach unto you is Christ.
Right, so that's what Paul came in. He came in opening and alleging that this Christ must suffer. He must needs to have suffered, and that he is the Christ, right? Keep going.
And some of them believed and consorted with Paul and Silas, and of the devout Greeks a great multitude, and of the chief women not a few.
Keep going.
But the Jews which believed not, moved with envy, took unto them certain lewd fellows of the baser sort, and gathered a company, and set all the city on an uproar, and assaulted the house of Jason, and sought to bring them out to the people.
Right, because they alleged they bringing Christ to the multitude, but these people jealous and all that. They don't want Christ, as we saw with the chief priests and things like that. They don't want Christ to be king, right? Keep going.
And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city, crying, These that have turned the world upside down are come hither also.
Now here you go, brothers and sisters. This is the main point of this, right? We always want to choose the politics of the other nations over our own king and over our own ways, right? Keep going.
Whom Jason have received, and these all do contrary to the decrees of Caesar, saying that there is another king, one Jesus.
So they worried about the decrees or the politics of Caesar.
Is crazy, child.
They worried about the decrees of Caesar and that Caesar is their king. They voted him in, right? You know, so to speak. Yeah. They voted him in, right? But they killed the king, the real king, brothers and sisters, right? Now, let's go to the last place. Let's go to Revelations 3 and 9.
But you know, it's funny. They voted him in, but they ain't vote King Herod in.
All right.
See how that works?
You see what I'm saying?
You vote somebody in, but they got power who they gonna put over you.
Right.
The Romans gave the blessing for Herod to rule over Israel.
Right. Now, like I said, Trump is while the fake Jew is over there, he recognized Jerusalem as the Revelation 3:9. He recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, brothers and sisters, when the wrong people are over there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? 70 years while the fake people are in the land. They're not even in captivity.
The fake people.
You know what I'm saying? I'm calling them the fake people, right? Keep verse 9.
Okay.
Now this is what Christ is saying to us about them, brothers and sisters, right? Keep going.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee.
So the one that you killed, say he gonna make this person that's in your land, robbing your land, who they as the true Jew, brothers and sisters, he said he gonna come and make them worship you at your feet.
Yes, sir.
And you choosing the politics of the world, the decrees of the world, brothers and sisters. Like I said, if you're voting, do not put your hope in the decrees of Caesar or the decrees of these foreign rulers, brothers and sisters. That's all I have to say about that.
Man, that was nasty. And while you there, we might as well bag up and just read. Yeah, we might as well read. Just bag up, might as well go to Revelations 2:9.
Revelations 2:9.
Just to top it off.
Want to go ahead?
Yeah, go on read it.
Revelations 2:9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
That's just so funny. So just to top it off for anybody who might be new to this, like what did he say? He talking to the real Jews or the real Israelites, and he say he knows our poverty. When have you ever known for the Jewish community to be impoverished? And don't try to go back to the Holocaust. That was for like 3 seconds. 3 seconds. We've been impoverished for hundreds of years, right? When have you ever known they own all the banks? He said he know our poverty, Joe, but we are rich. You know why we rich? Because we got the kingdom. The kingdom is supposed to be ours. We supposed to govern. Now we just got to make sure we make it through that purging and stop acting stupid so we can get them slots up in there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely. I'm glad you did go there because I just wanted to add that to that because I kind of saw a brother put a crazy little doctrine up on that too on Revelations 3 and 9 talking about Israelites.
Come on, man. My thing is if it's talking about that, who is he going? So Israelites gonna worship Israelites at their feet?
I guess that's what he said.
Oh man.
It's the crazy. That's why I say Israel be doing too much sometimes. But hey, you know, that's their thing. So yeah, man, you know, we just came on here. We like I say, this was like we was trying to do a drop dead out, lesson or anything. We just wanted to address some things. Like a television show, I only speak with scriptures to edify people like the credits from a movie. Those who listen will listen. Those who don't just don't. Like you say, don't get caught up with being part of these people movies. Just watch it. Our guy already wrote the script. And that was a good comment, Brian Shavers. That was kind of heavy right there. Yeah, because it's definitely a movie script. The Most High done already wrote the movie script out, man. You just looking at the characters already. And the cold thing about this movie is we know the end. We know the end. It's just interesting to watch it play out because we got to. You know, we here. We part of it. Is there anything else you want to discuss? You got anything on your mind? Anything you thinking about? I mean, it'd be so much. I mean, Facebook's so off the chain. I mean,
nothing I can think of unless the people got something they want to address.
Yeah, I guess we'll take a couple if y'all got some y'all that's been on y'all spirit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can mention it or whatever. Like I said, we ain't gonna be on here too long because it's a test run, y'all. So if y'all like it, we'll have more. And we gonna start pulling out topics that's I I used to do it on my Hebrews in the Hood channel a long time ago. Where I would address topics, current topics that was going on, that was like in the media, whatever, and stuff that was going on in the hood. And also we would bring out historical stuff and all that. It was like a guackity goop, a gumbo of information. A guapity goop. So it would be, basically us giving our perspective. And of course, in certain instances, or most instances, this gonna have to come out. So that'd be the only difference between us and regular, regular circles where they sitting around talking about current events or whatever. But I see ain't nobody really got no questions or whatever. So like I said, man, we'll be doing this again probably 2 weeks from now. So we probably do it every 2 weeks. Y'all keep checking out Brother Chazaq's Bible lessons, which come on Monday night at, what's that, 7 Central? 6 Central. Come on Monday night at 6 Central time. Brother Chazaq, if y'all ain't subscribed to him on my page, that's Cassius Israel, like Cassius Clay. Cassius Israel. He does it every Monday night at 6 o'clock. And y'all can check me out on Sundays. Normally around between 10 and 11 o'clock. I really got to get it settled on exactly what time I want to start doing it. But I think I'm going to start doing it around 10 o'clock on Sundays. 10 a.m. That is. So, man, Joe, again, Israel, this whole video was not to discourage anybody, but it was to kind of might want to check y'all's spirit a little bit. Because it's one thing to feel that you contributing to the betterment of your community. And if you feel that's dealing with politics, more power to you. But at the same time, you should never be to the point where you fall out drag out fighting with another believer in the same God that you get over these old white dudes. Or young black or old black dudes or women. Everybody, ooh, Kamala Harris is the first woman president. I'm not even going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Do y'all know how many Negroes they done locked up? Don't Kamala got like some type of track record that's off the chain? Yeah. Locking up Jakes? Like, yeah, I mean, that's the one thing I do want to say before I get off. We have got to be the most gullible people. I mean, for all our brilliancy, the Lord even brag on us when he talk about how there's no portion unto Jacob. What's that, Jeremiah 50? And Jeremiah 31 too, right? But the one that say there's no portion, Jeremiah 10 and Jeremiah the 50th chapter. He say as the portion of them, talking about us, the Israelite. He say there is none like us, meaning there ain't nobody on earth like us. And then he say we are the former of all things, meaning there ain't nothing that came out that we ain't never made or we ain't never thought of. Just go look at the inventions of the African Americans. Matter of fact, let's go there real quick before we get off. I want to end on a positive note, just so these Jakes can know who they are, man. You ain't got to be kissing up. Look, just play your role, sit back, let this thing play out, get your house in order, teach your family and your community to start getting back in the line with the law, statutes, and commandments. Don't be lazy just because you waiting on the Messiah. If you want to get involved, and like we do, be proactive in the community, right? But come on, man, don't go overboard with these people like that, man. They waiting to kill you. Jeremiah, where's that? 50 and what?
16. You could do 10 and 16.
10 and 16. Mm-hmm. Oh, you at Jeremiah 10? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm the one that said go there, and now I don't remember where it said. I do that all the time. Jeremiah 10 and 6, Sizzle. Read that for me, Bob.
Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
So you hear that? Just wanted y'all to read it for yourself. The portion meaning if you got a pie, right? And the nations is each part of the pie. That portion, which are the Israelites, ain't nobody like us. They don't move like us. They don't dance like us. They don't talk like us. They don't just think of inventions out the blue under the worst circumstances as we do. Know what I'm saying? They don't sing like us. They definitely don't praise and worship like us. Like we literally have more churches per capita than any group of people on the planet Earth. It's 7 billion people on the planet. We got more churches. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because them churches is really cemeteries, because they teaching death in there. You see what I'm saying? But it shows how we are a spiritual people by nature. There is no other nation like us, y'all. There is no other nation like us, the so-called Negro. But just to give you a second witness to that, go to Jeremiah the 50th chapter and we out of here. Just to let you know, this was so nice that God said it twice. We are the form of all things, y'all. Meaning that all them inventions and stuff, an Israelite about made them first. We make everything first, but we don't get credit for them. From the stoplight to the elevator to the open heart, we do it all. We are the form of all things. We done thought of everything, man. And I'm finna show y'all something else, because I don't want Hebrews to get too caught up in this politics and run up on them people trying to fight. You see what I'm saying? Because it ain't our time right now. We gonna get the kingdom, man. Just be cool. 51 and what's that? 19? Mm-hmm. Okay. Read that for us, because I want y'all to hear something, y'all. Just to let people know. Yeah. Y'all been doing us real dirty. But let me show y'all how we know if the Lord didn't have us in this position due to our disobedience, meaning the curses, we under this oppressed state due to punishment. Y'all could not deal with us whatsoever. Go ahead, read that 19.
Verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
There you go again. The portion of Jacob is not like them. It's the second time. Go ahead.
For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Keep going.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
You heard that? Not only is we the former of all things, the rod of his inheritance, ain't no portion like us. We are his battle axe and weapons of war. Man, who you know can get down with them hands naturally like a Jake? Like, come on, man. They used to say in the slavery days, one healthy buck, as they called us, could take out 3-4 white men. Mm-hmm. Look, I ain't encouraging that. You know what I'm saying? Not whatsoever. If they want to learn, they come on. We not on that. What I'm trying to get y'all to believe and understand is that the only reason we're in this position is because we messed up with the Lord. If it wasn't for that, Joe, couldn't nobody deal with us. We'd have been thought of all these inventions before everybody else did. All the weapons, the military, and all that type of stuff. Because that's the gift he put in our DNA. But we screwed that up. We messed it up. So we got to deal with it right now. All we can do is get our house in order and be straight for when the Messiah reads. Keep reading.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
So them days coming anyway. So y'all need to just be cool on all that, trying to go out there and wild out and run up on these Gentiles, man, and get gunned down. So I'm just telling that to my Hebrew brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Just go on and do what we supposed to do. Let's keep waking the dead and giving hearing to the deaf with this word, Joe. That's what we going to keep doing. We keep on doing that, and I guarantee you, we know what's going to happen in the future, and the Most High got us, man. He already said you touch Israel, you touch the apple of his eye. And that ain't even the Mashiach. That's the apple of the Father's eye. He don't get up off his throne for nothing. So, Joe, I'm telling you, man. So, I hope everybody enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? We'd like to say grace and peace. Shalom, shalom. And like I said, if y'all in the Walls of Jericho group, we will be trying to do these at least twice a month. So that'll probably be like every 2 weeks. If not, at least once a month where me and my brother will be on here together. Because a lot of people be asking to see us together do a lesson. So with that, I say shalom, shalom, Hebrews and Shebrews. Peace.